biggest news for me and for anyone who's a fan of the Sheridan universe was just learning everything that Taylor Sheridan and Paramount Plus have cooking for us in the coming years. No surprise, the hit shows of Sheridan's world, Yellowstone, 1883, Mayor of Kingstown, all renewed, right? Season 5 of Yellowstone, Season 2 of Mayor of Kingstown, and 1883. All three I've watched, all three I've very much enjoyed, some more than others. But on top of that, last time we had big news about Taylor Sheridan was in 2020, remember? When he announced all these. Now they've done this to us again. I'm so excited for all the shows that he has in the works. This man is a hell of a writer. He's a hell of a fucking storyteller. He's also a hell of a director, and he's become this mega superstar showrunner for Paramount, and he has all these ideas cooking in his head, and he's been hard at work. I've never seen anything like it. The filmography, the slate, the upcoming slate for this man is epic. And I love his whole style, and his whole voice and vision, the genres that he prefers to dive into and spend time in, and the way that they all comment on and focus on and present a conversation about real world life things. It just continues to blow me away. And he has announced 5 new TV series that he will be working on for Paramount Plus, all coming sooner than you think, right? We have another Yellowstone universe prequel. It is a prequel to Yellowstone, just like 1883, but it's also now a sequel to 1883, and it's called 1932. And he's going to do something that I've always wanted to see. It's something I've always kind of, myself as a storyteller, especially with the project I'm working on now, wanted to do. I wanted to tell a story with this kind of genre and tone blending of like what happens when the Wild West meets the kind of industrial East Coast, Midwest kind of world and lifestyle, especially during Prohibition and whatnot. 1932 is going to see how the West was dealing with these Eastern and Northern and Midwest influences. It's like this whole idea of merging Westerns with gangsters kind of thing, and that's something I very much enjoy myself writing, but something you don't see a lot. I have a very good feeling that's what he's going with here. So 1932, we'll see how the Duttons and characters that we've met in 1883, like the young son grown up, like seeing characters we've met and how they're dealing with these conflicts in a different era. We're seeing how the Duttons continue to fight for their land and whatnot in a completely new time period. That's the big one, right? But then he has 4 other shows not connected, but all very much within his style, and that's the King of Tulsa is my number 1 must watch of these new 4. That's got Sylvester Stallone in it. I talked about it pretty recently being announced. He plays a mob boss fresh out of prison who has to continue to earn for the crime family he works for, and he decides to do it in Tulsa. Then you have Lioness is a real-life look at an actual factual division in the government. It's like this partnership between special forces and the CIA. Zoe Saldana is going to be starring in it, and I think Nicole Kidman is a producer. That's very interesting. One of the other ones called The Landman, and he specifically developed this for Billy Bob Thornton. And it tells the story of like kind of, I guess, the land trade of America in contemporary age. The oil business, I think it's what it's about, not land. That's more of a Yellowstone theme. Obviously, the final show is it's called Bass Reeves. Bass Reeves is another Western, so he seems to be his favorite genre, and it's no surprise, considering he's something of a cowboy himself, Taylor Sheridan. This one tells the story of a real-life martial or deputy from the 1800s who was kind of the inspiration for the Lone Ranger. Is it? I think, yeah. And he's an African American too. He was kind of whitewashed in our pop culture. It's not someone he's kind of forgotten about. This real life figure, and this is the story of Bass Reeves that we're getting. And I'm just excited for every one of these shows. Every one of them.